Today, we still struggle with some of the problems from years past, recognizing that your zip code can determine your life expectancy. And so we still have some opportunity for change.
The white doctors want to take care of you. So where do you go? I mean, that's a struggle.
Let me know in the comments what type of change are you looking or hoping comes about.
So Dr. Lucius Austin, being a black doctor in the black community, he achieved something at a time seemed unachievable. To think about it for a minute, being born around 1878 or something, having the vision of being a doctor, Reconstruction had just ended. The Civil War hadn't been that far back. So to be able to have that mindset and say, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to do this work.
Can you imagine being the go-getter you are, but born back in the 1800s? Let me know in the comments, how do you think your life would have been if you was born around, say, 1830?
And I'm going to do it in the black community. He delivered my brother. Matter of fact, my mother tells the story. She was having the baby and they were at the office. And he was getting in there. He said, okay, Miss Gladys, we might have these babies today. And his wife was there. And they started everything. And said, oh my goodness, go get some extra help. We got 2 babies. They didn't know she was having twins. And so they got the twins out. And everybody came out okay. But those days, it wasn't that easy to predict that she didn't know.
Dr. Hackett was the first black physician in Phoenix, and Dr. Alston was the first black physician in Mesa, Arizona. And both of them came to Arizona and developed their medical practices at a time when blacks couldn't receive care in the majority institutions. Dr. Hackett starting a black hospital, and Dr. Alston starting, there was a community center and other areas of development around his office. It really gave people the role model that says, we as black people can do some really great things, including improving the health of our community.
And this is the reason why representation matters. Tell me your thoughts about representation in the comments. Do you agree with it, that it does matter, or not so much?
I think it was important to show other young people that they could also have a career in medicine. They were cornerstones and pillars of the black community, providing care when oftentimes other people couldn't receive care. They also provided care to Hispanics, Native Americans, and also some whites who either wanted reduced cost care or who had diseases such as perhaps sexually transmitted diseases where they didn't feel comfortable going to white doctors.
And one thing about Dr. Austin, people always leave out of his story, he was the first African-American doctor allowed to practice in Mesa. And that changes the narrative. I think it's highly relevant that we recognize the accomplishment, what he did at the time when he was living. I know that people really cared about him. I know they really loved him. He was a big part of the community.
Arizona is my home, and growing up here was unique in that I didn't often see other black families. I didn't have black neighbors. My parents worked really hard to make sure that I still felt and learned and had appreciation for black culture. When I left here and went to college in Atlanta, Georgia at Spelman College, it was the most empowering experience. And then later, after years of medical school and additional training, being able to choose to come back home to practice my career.
How important is it for you to get educated, get your money up, and then return back home to make it better?
So I came to Arizona back in 1989, and I came specifically to work for Mayo Clinic here in Arizona, which was about a year and a half old at that time. I had finished my training in Minnesota at Mayo Clinic Rochester after having spent 9 years at Howard University. And I loved the Mayo system but didn't want to stay in Minnesota, so I decided to try Arizona. I had gone to school in a historically Black university setting, Howard University. So I had done undergrad medical school and 3 years of training there. And so it really was a sense of community, a sense of where you felt that you could be yourself no matter what. And so coming to Arizona was different because the Black population here was very small.
Thinking about the health of the Black community today, I'm cautious to make any broad generalizations, recognizing that we all come from different circumstances and have access to different resources. And so we still have some opportunity for change, and that really starts with exposing people to healthy food, healthy lifestyles, improving our education system here. We know there's a direct correlation with education and health, and so we have some opportunities for improvement in that regard.
Now, when it comes to health, health is a big thing for me. Every single day I work out, I make sure I get some type of fruit and vegetable inside of me. Let me know in the comments, what type of exercises do you do most, if not daily?
So when you look at the fact that the life expectancy of Blacks is less than any other group, that's of concern. When you look at the fact that the chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, other diseases are higher in the Black community, that's of concern. Many of the things that have been undiagnosed in the past in Blacks today were even more undiagnosed back in the early 1900s. So there's historically been a lot of lack of trust within the healthcare system. Most people point to the Tuskegee experiment where Blacks were intentionally infected with syphilis and then not given treatment to understand the natural history of syphilis. Often I think about in today's society, we label people as non-compliant. And that's a term that's used in the medical profession, meaning that they didn't do what I told them to do. So, they're not compliant with medical directions. What that often comes down to is a lack of trust in the system. And if you don't trust those who are taking care of you, and you don't trust that they're trying to understand what are your barriers to being compliant, that non-compliance will continue. So some of it's lack of trust, some of it may be lack of resources, some of it may be the time spent explaining to a patient why they should take care of themselves in a particular way.
There are so many layers to what has led to the mistrust of healthcare professionals from the Black community. And the Tuskegee experiment is just one. But for years, birthed from slavery, the Black body has been dishonored. And people have treated Black humans as other. And so when we talk about experimentation, it goes far before the Tuskegee experiment. The health conditions that Black Americans suffer from disproportionately are no different in Arizona than they are in other states across the U.S. Our challenge ends up being, in some cases, access to healthcare, quality healthcare that we can trust, access to early detection and screening, which ultimately causes us to have delay to diagnosis, at which time often the medical illness is much farther along or more difficult to control. Tuskegee experiment gets a lot of mention, especially in the era of COVID, and when there were rapid advances being made and clinical trials going on to really propel bringing the vaccine to the forefront, and the recognition that Black and brown communities were suffering and dying at disproportionate rates compared to others from COVID-19.
We need continued emphasis on trying to bring down these health disparities within the Black community, including funding for research to understand why these disparities and intervention in the communities so that we can partner with communities to help address these health disparities. I think you change it in a number of ways. One is education of the community about what has changed since the Tuskegee days.
See, and that's the problem right there. You just can't automatically suspect for the black community to just trust you, even though we know about the Tuskegee experiment. I learned about the Tuskegee experiment when I was 9 years old. And I know a lot of you out there know about the Tuskegee experiment. If not, I'll be sure to do a video on it. But you can't have something like that where you knowingly give someone an illness just so you can see how it carries out throughout the years, just to experiment on people and then expect for them to just jump up and say, hey, I trust you now. Things may have changed throughout the years, but people have not. This country, just like many other countries, are still in the same mindset. Tell me your thoughts about this in the comments.
The other very big thing is increasing the number of Black physicians in this country.
My husband is a physician. He and I recognized that there were some gaps in our matriculation that we intended to fill and wanted to fill. And so we created what we wished we'd always had, and that's in our nonprofit called Elevate Med. We want to elevate medicine to a place where the workforce really reflects the population. And so we've created scholarships and mentorship and leadership development and financial wellness education for medical students from underrepresented backgrounds, recognizing that they need support. We wanted to give these students mentors who look like them, who are doing what they want to do, to help them on their path toward excellence.
You know, I think Arizona is a good place for people to live. I think we have many of the same problems that exist across the country. And it does worry me that some of the racial divide that's occurring elsewhere in the country happens here. And it seems to be getting worse, not better. And I think Arizona is just kind of a microcosm of what's happening within the United States. Hopefully over time it will get better. I pray every day that's going to get better, and time will tell that. But more needs to be done.
I just have one question. In the comments, I want you to tell me the reasons why you don't trust medical, whether it's medical coming from the state at the federal level. Just why don't you trust it, if you don't trust it? And if not you, why do you think most black people don't trust it? But as always, don't forget to like, share, watch more videos, and subscribe to the channel.